What do you do when your fairy tale starts to crack right in front of the world? When a small accessory or its absence sparks a global frenzy, it's no longer just about fashion. If you're Justin and Hailey Bieber, your love story doesn't stay between two hearts. It spills into headlines, echoes through whispers online, and is questioned by millions watching from behind screens. It all started with a ring, or rather, the absence of one. Hailey Bieber, often the epitome of luxury street style and calm confidence, stepped out in New York City without her wedding ring. Naturally, the internet went full Sherlock Holmes. Was it a forgotten accessory, a bold fashion choice, or something deeper, a silent cry for help? In today's world of hypervisibility, no ring is never just no ring. It's a symbol, a red flag. And when a source told Entertainment Tonight that Justin and Hailey have been having issues, particularly that Justin's lack of motivation has been upsetting for her suddenly, fans weren't just speculating, they were bracing for a breakup. But is it really that simple? Let's rewind. Before they were Mr. and Mrs. Bieber, before the matching tattoos, Vogue covers, and skincare collaborations, Justin and Hailey were just two people navigating fame in a world that doesn't let stars live normally. Hailey Baldwin, daughter of actor Stephen Baldwin, was a ballet-trained model raised on Bible verses and backstage passes. Justin Bieber was a Canadian YouTube prodigy turned global sensation, with a voice that made hearts swoon and headlines explode. Their love was always complicated. History, exes high, Selena, and the ever-present spotlight made sure of that. When they married in a quiet civil ceremony in 2018, fans were split. Some celebrated, others mourned the end of Jalana. But love won, or so it seemed. Even fairy tales, though, come with fine print. Marriage is hard, fame is brutal. Combine the two, and cracks don't just form, they go viral. Every argument, every awkward glance, every public silence becomes evidence in the court of public opinion. This is the Bieber marriage, raw, real, and relentlessly observed. Sources say Justin's recent lack of energy has been tough on the relationship. To outsiders, he might look like he's just relaxing, but to Hailey, known for her ambition and structured routine, it may feel like being left behind. It's a familiar pattern, one partner pulling back while the other pushes forward. Add in Justin's openness about his battles with anxiety and depression, and you start to see the quiet complexities at play. He's done the work, he's been vulnerable. But even truth-telling doesn't protect you from judgment or from the quiet strain that builds behind closed doors. When does support become emotional weight? Can love survive when one person is still healing and the other is hurting? What people don't talk about is this: most relationships, yes, even the healthy ones, hit walls. And when you're young, rich, married, and constantly watched, that wall can feel like a mountain. Remember those viral photos of Justin looking distant or emotionally checked out? They weren't necessarily signs of doom, but they were signs of fatigue, personality differences, or simply the growing pains of two people in different phases of life. Hailey's building her brand, her image, her future. Justin, after years of stardom-induced burnout, might just want peace. That doesn't make them incompatible, it makes them human. Still, the internet never sleeps, and neither does fan speculation. TikTok psychics analyze Hailey's birth chart. Reddit threads dissect Justin's hoodie choices. The memes are funny, but beneath them lies something deeper, a community that genuinely cares. Justin and Hailey have become more than celebrities, they're symbols of imperfect love, of trying again, of staying when it's easier to leave. So when trouble looms, fans don't just gossip, they grieve. Some say they just need space, others, I knew it wouldn't last. But maybe the most honest take is this: we don't really know what's going on, and that's okay. Strip away the fame, and you have something deeply familiar too. People trying to love each other, trying to understand one another, trying to grow together and individually. Every relationship has seasons. Spring brings passion, summer, joy, autumn, change, winter. That's when things get cold, quiet, uncertain. Maybe Justin and Hailey are in their winter. The question is, will they weather it? Their story resonates because it's not just theirs, it's ours. Anyone who's ever been in love knows the sting of distance, the confusion of change, the hope that things can still work. It reminds us that love is a daily decision, that communication matters, that even relationships dressed in couture and filters come undone sometimes. So what now? Is the missing ring a sign of the end or a moment of personal independence? Is Justin's withdrawn presence a red flag, or the calm after a storm of inner battles? Only they know. And maybe that's the real lesson here. In a world that demands answers, some truths deserve privacy. Still, we'll watch, we'll care, and we'll hope for healing, for clarity, and for whatever is healthiest for both of them, because behind every headline are two humans trying to figure out love under a microscope. And what would you do if your relationship lived under that kind of spotlight? Have you ever looked picture perfect on the outside but felt like something was off inside? Their love was never simple, it was layered, messy, and always under scrutiny. From the very beginning, Justin and Hailey's relationship existed not in the shadows but under the relentless glare of fame's history made it even more complicated. There was Selena Gomez, the former flame whose name still echoes in fan conversations and comment sections. There were years of breakups and reconciliations, rumors, and emotional Instagram captions. So when Justin and Hailey suddenly tied the knot in a quiet civil ceremony in 2018, the world was divided. Some fans cheered the fresh start, celebrating what looked like a mature love grounded in friendship and faith. Others mourned what they saw as the official end of Jelena, the cultural phenomenon that had once seemed unbreakable. But love doesn't guarantee peace. Even fairy tales come with fine print. Marriage, at its core, is difficult. It demands compromise, communication, and consistency. Fame, on the other hand, is unforgiving. It exposes every flaw, magnifies every misstep, and leaves little room for private healing. When you combine the emotional labor of marriage with the pressure cooker of celebrity life, the cracks don't just appear, they explode across headlines. For Justin and Hailey, every disagreement, every quiet moment captured by paparazzi, becomes fodder for endless speculation. Their relationship has become less of a partnership in the public eye and more of a spectacle, according to sources close to the couple. Justin's recent lack of motivation and visible emotional fatigue have taken a toll on the relationship. From the outside, it might look like he's simply resting, recharging, or staying low-key. But for someone like Hailey, who thrives on structure, ambition, and discipline, that calm can feel like emotional distance. It creates an imbalance, one person pushing forward while the other pulls back, and when that pattern repeats itself over time, it starts to wear down even the strongest bonds. Justin has long been open about his struggles with mental health. He's spoken candidly about anxiety, depression, and the toll that fame took on him from such a young age. He's done the work seeking therapy, finding faith, stepping away from toxic cycles. And while that kind of vulnerability is commendable, it doesn't make the relationship immune to tension, because even when someone is healing, the people who love them can feel the strain. Emotional support, when constant, can slowly turn into emotional weight. So the question becomes, can a relationship survive when one partner is recovering and the other is still reaching forward? This is the part few people talk about, the part beyond the filters and couple selfies. The truth is, every relationship, no matter how healthy or stable, eventually hits a wall. That wall might look like silence, resentment, misaligned goals, or just fatigue. And for a couple like Justin and Hailey, young, wealthy, newly married, and under a microscope, the wall can feel impossibly high. Those viral images of Justin looking distant or disengaged, they weren't necessarily signs of an impending breakup, but they were signs of emotional exhaustion, a disconnect in priorities, or simply to people trying to figure things out while the world watches. Hailey, on her end, has been focused. She's growing her brand, evolving her image, and working on building something that stands on its own. Her journey is one of discipline and ambition. Justin, meanwhile, seems to be in a season of rest. After years of non-stop fame, public scandals, and personal breakdowns, he may just want stillness, solitude, and healing. That doesn't automatically make them incompatible, it simply makes them human, evolving in their own ways, at their own pace. But the internet isn't patient, and neither are its theories. Fans and onlookers dig deep for meaning in the smallest gestures. TikTok creators speculate using astrology and body language. Reddit threads spiral into full-blown investigations about hoodie colors, Instagram likes, and tour cancellations. While the memes can be entertaining, beneath all that noise is a real emotional investment. The public, oddly enough, cares. Justin and Hailey have become more than a celebrity couple. They are now emblems of perseverance, of flawed but honest love, of relationships that don't fit the perfect mold. So when cracks appear, it doesn't just spark gossip, it hits something personal for many people watching. Because in a world that often demands perfect, glossy versions of love, Justin and Hailey's story reminds us of what's real, that love can be messy, that healing can be slow, that staying is sometimes harder than leaving, and that even in the most glamorous relationships, two people are just trying to figure it out. Stepped out in New York City without her wedding ring. Naturally, the internet went full Sherlock Holmes. Was it a forgotten accessory, a bold fashion choice, or something deeper, a silent cry for help? In today's world of hypervisibility, no ring is never just no ring. It's a symbol, a red flag. And when a source told Entertainment Tonight that Justin and Hailey have been having issues, particularly that Justin's lack of motivation has been upsetting for her suddenly, fans weren't just speculating, they were bracing for a breakup. But Is it really that simple? Let's rewind. Before they were Mr. and Mrs. Bieber. Before the matching tattoos, Vogue covers, and skincare collaborations. Justin and Hailey were just two people navigating fame in a world that doesn't let stars live normally. Hailey Baldwin, daughter of actor Stephen Baldwin, was a ballet-trained model raised on Bible verses and backstage passes. Justin Bieber was a Canadian YouTube prodigy turned global sensation, with a voice that made hearts swoon in headlines. Explode. Their love was always complicated. History X's high, Selena, and the ever-present spotlight made sure of that. When they married in a quiet civil ceremony in 2018, fans were split. Some celebrated, others mourned the end of Jelena. But love won, or so it seemed. Even fairy tales, though, come with fine print. Marriage is hard, fame is brutal. Combine the two, and cracks don't just form, they go viral. Every argument, every awkward glance, every public silence becomes evidence in the court of public opinion. This is the Bieber marriage, raw, real, and relentlessly observed. Sources say Justin's recent lack of energy has been tough on the relationship. To outsiders, he might look like he's just relaxing. But to Hailey, known for her ambition and structured routine, it may feel like being left behind. Off inside? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about love, pressure, and what it really takes to make a relationship last, whether you're famous or not, because maybe, just maybe, you didn't click for Justin and Hailey. Maybe you came for something deeper, a reminder that you're not alone.